how sitting could be making you die earlier than you could be otherwise.
That's what they say now, isn't it?
Creepy,
It's
isn't
like the silent killer, just by sitting down all day.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast when they were saying exactly that. And that's what we're going to be talking about in Get Real
with the English sisters
this week. So we're sitting now, but we're going to be active after this.
Definitely.
It's going to make us realise, isn't it?
Even more.
Yeah. So please do come and say hi on Instagram, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Come and say hello. And you can also message us, and remember to vote for us in the Women in Podcasting Awards, because we really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for all your support. We are growing as a podcast show, and the community around us is growing too. So thank you so much. You know, we are women in podcasting, and we're proud of that.
We are.
Yeah.
Because there's not that many of us.
There's not that many of us, and yay. So
it's
go
good
for all the women out there that are doing podcasts, and for everybody, really, all podcasters out there. Thank you,
because we love listening to podcasts too.
We do.
They really have enriched our lives, haven't they?
Really, very much
and
so.
This one I was listening to, Dr. Wanda Wright was there, and she was talking to Stephen Bartlett in the Diary of a CEO, and she was saying how the silent killer is sitting.
Yes. And that really shocked me. That's why I've just said it now, yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked more a few years ago than I am now, because I've heard about it now more.
Right, yeah.
Because we don't realise how much we actually spend of our lives just sitting
There's so
down.
many silent killers out there, though, isn't there? Like the blood pressure and high blood pressure and this and that. Come on, you think everything's like a silent killer.
Well, we all have to die sometime, don't we?
Yes.
We have to die off something, but wouldn't we rather die in a strong and fit way than because we become sedentary and weak and like fall over and break some bones and then we haven't got any muscle mass?
I definitely think that yes, we do have to be aware of that. And also, it is a mind thing, isn't it? It's like a culture thing.
Yeah. She actually refers to it as a mind virus, that as we are conditioned to believing that as we get older, we decrease our muscle mass, we get weaker and weaker. Where she says it doesn't have to be like that. We can. There's so many advancements also in medicine now.
You're right. I think that's so creepy.
Stronger.
Yes. Why is it that us in the Western world, we suddenly believe that as we age, that's it. Like you have to be like sitting down and you're going to get all crooked and have the little walking stick. You know, that's a classical thing that we think about in our culture as you get older, but not in all cultures it's like that.
No.
You know, in some of the Asian cultures they believe that, you know, as soon as you start becoming elderly, you go to gym and you become very, very strong. So actually there was some kind of a study done, I remember years ago now, so I can't tell you who did it, but they asked a child in the Western world, I think it was America, to draw a picture of an elderly person, and he or she drew this typical little picture of somebody walking along with all curved, and really is all frail. And they asked an Asian child to draw an elderly person, and they drew this strong person, super strong, that was like in some kind of a, you know, power pose or something. And I remember that really hit me when I learnt about that like 15 years ago. And I thought, wow, look at the difference.
Yeah.
So what is it? We have this mind virus that we suddenly believe, oh, I'm getting old, so any kind of ache and pain
is acceptable.
Yeah, and I do nothing about it. That's because it's part of my degrading, you know, kind of body or whatever.
Well, I remember when my daughter told me that I was sedentary and I nearly bit her head off.
Yeah, I know. Of course,
Because
I know
said,
that.
I'm not sedentary.
'Cause if you were sedentary, I was
I walk
sedentary.
around all day. We've got big houses. We do masses of housework, gardening, in and out. You know, we've
Yes,
got a
up and
dog.
down, putting the fire on, turning
That's
the
not
wood,
enough.
everything. Yeah, she said, no
That's not
way.
enough, Mum. You're not doing enough steps. And then she got us
Yeah,
the
mum and
watches.
auntie. Yeah, she got me.
She got us the
God.
watches, and then
Best thing ever, though.
yeah, the best thing. And then we realized that we were actually sedentary because we didn't actually have we didn't actually do a 30-minute non-stop walk or 35
Absolutely
minutes
not.
even. And
It's all
apparently,
bits and bobs, wasn't it? Like moving here
yeah,
and
and there
there, and
was
you
a
think,
lot of time sitting down as well because we
Yeah.
work online, we work, we do things. So there was a
Yes.
lot of time when we were actually sitting like we are now.
yes,
And
yes.
we didn't realize that we needed, and we've got cars, we live in the countryside, so we don't actually walk to places. So, it's all about making sure that you're not sedentary, and maybe you believe that you're not, but actually, being a bit more accountable maybe for it. Because,
Yeah.
I was completely convinced that I was not sedentary.
Oh yes, totally. It was quite, and then I remember.
They say I go to
She
gym,
said
I
you
do
have
this.
to do the 8,000 steps. It was at first. Then I thought 8,000. Okay, we do that.
We do.
And then she got us to get the watches, and then I think I did at the time because I was more active than you were.
I don't know.
But you definitely did not.
I don't think you did either on most days. Maybe one or two
Maybe
days.
one or two. Now I don't. Now I know I don't. Yeah. I've got to get back to it.
And also, apparently, when you build
least-
muscle mass, that can actually save your life. And I remember how shocked I was when I learned that when I was like, when we first started going to gym, when the trainer told us, who became our friend after, he said, if you're in an accident, a life-threatening accident, people that have muscle mass have much more survival chances of surviving an accident, a serious accident.
I can't remember that.
Yeah,
Really?
he said you'll have a much higher recovery than if you haven't got muscle mass.
Because you're fit in general,
Yeah,
so
'cause
your
you're
whole
fit
body
and your
is
whole
like,
body is fit.
gosh. Yeah.
So that means that you can recover easier and you'll have a higher chance of surviving. And we know as we get older, like if you fall and you're elderly and you break something, that's a cause of death in a lot of, of times. And I think that's why in Italy people die a lot later.
Yes.
Because even though they might not be doing like weight training or anything, but they've got a much higher. They're in and out more. They live outside a lot.
Yes.
They're moving around.
They
a lot
are
more,
moving around. Yeah. Well,
in general.
In general, yes. There's still a lot of like the elderly people that do live in villages, which is lucky for them because the ones in cities are more isolated. But the ones that do live in the villages, especially around here where we live in the countryside, they're all off. They're up. They get up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. They're out there. They're doing their grapes and looking after the olive trees and super busy. Yeah. And then they come back and then it's making the dinner and they're busy. They're active.
Yeah, they're active, aren't they?
Normally they are active, yes.
They're not just sitting in front of the TV watching TV all day.
That's very, very rare.
Yeah.
That is still, thank goodness, because that's more common, I think. The more you get towards, like
in the UK, it's really common.
Gosh, you're
because
right.
the weather's so horrible. Not all the time, but in general.
In general, it's cold.
And people are more isolated as well. They maybe don't live near their families, so they haven't got all this, come and help me, or grandma, come and help me, come and do this for me.
Yeah.
They haven't got all that community that, is always demanding their kind of attention off them. So they've got more time just to laze around and just be in front of the TV and get bored kind of thing.
Yeah, that's seriously
and you get
not
really
good.
Sedentary. And also, I think when you are sedentary, you get more tempted to like eat unhealthily and that, and you get more cravings because you're not.
You're just like bored, aren't you?
Yeah. Aren't you? And you're trying to also feel maybe an emotional need of connection.
Definitely. Yeah. No, that's sad.
That's sad, isn't
it? That is sad, yes. Because elderly people, they do have so much to share as well. So you could really, if you are elderly, you could think, what do I have to give? And you might think, oh, I don't know how to do anything. Yes, you do. You know so much really that you could share it with somebody, and, somebody young can learn that skill. Whether it's needlework, if you're maybe an elderly lady and you really know how to sew really well, or do knitting, crochet, whatever it is, build little communities around you if you can.
Definitely.
And if you're young and you know
when
somebody
you're young,
that's...
you have to start young to do these things as well. It's never too late, of course.
Never too late,
But I
no.
think we all have to be a bit more conscious, a bit more aware of this mind virus. And I think things are changing now. Maybe sometimes they're going to the other extreme where it's making people feel guilty if they're not working out every day. It's the opposite way around, isn't it now? If they're not
So you can
go to the other extreme.
Yeah. When you start feeling guilty about not doing enough and not working out enough. So, there has to be a happy medium, I think, here.
I think, and there has to be, as what we always say, there has to be a bit of common sense around it as well. So become aware of it, but don't beat yourself up if one day you haven't done your 10,000 steps, or if you haven't done your body weight training, or you haven't picked up 2 tomato cans or whatever.
Yeah.
I think just generally try and incorporate
just remember, yes, I think it's a
more
good
activity. So you can maybe do a few squats when you're boiling the kettle, or you can do a few, pick up a few little, maybe with your shopping as well, just make more of an effort to pick up your shopping.
Yes.
Be a bit more active around the house as well. Don't think, oh no, I'll save that. Because I remember a lot of the times I would used to place something somewhere, and then I would say, oh, I'll get that thing and put it away later when I'm getting up to go and do something else.
Right, yeah.
Whereas now I see something and I say, I'll get some extra steps in.
Well, it's like me. I would just, anything I had to take upstairs, I would just leave it like on the stairs.
Yeah,
say, when I pop up, no, now I actually go purposely up the stairs. So at least every, quite often, because it's upstairs and downstairs, so at least I'll get 10 flights of stairs in every day.
The watches love it when you get your steps in.
Yeah, normally
The flights,
yes. It's like 10 flights of stairs, you become more aware.
Yeah.
And,
taking the stairs instead of taking a lift.
Yeah. How easy is it? Yeah.
Imagine if you live in New York or something.
Gosh.
I remember when I was in Paris studying, I was on the 5th building. I got so fit that year.
You got so fit because there was no lift.
And I was right up in one of those little attic things.
I remember that.
At first I was so out of breath when I used to have to go up.
And you're like 20. Come on, yeah. So it's not like it's just for the elderly here. No, you can be any age.
Any age. We have to make sure we build muscle, we build our strength, and we get our little walks in.
Absolutely. Oh.
Just like our furry friends need their walks, we need them too.
Our furry friends, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, they don't want to go for walks now when it's so hot, do they?
No, it's actually dangerous when it's hot, especially here, because they get little burnt feet and things.
Oh, yeah, it gets very hot here in Italy. It is more difficult to be like during the day.
Take them in the evening.
Yeah, in the evening, that's right.
Or early morning.
Yeah, no excuses.
We got up early today because it's going to be really hot, so we're recording, and I thought it was going to be really hot today, so we'll record nice and early.
Yes.
So I got up at 6.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. You can maybe incorporate that extra half an hour into your routine to make sure you, like what we always say, walk to the bus stop, or walk, get off the bus if you're in the towns one stop earlier.
Yeah.
It's actually really easy to fit it in if you accommodate for it, I think. And if you're in the right mindset to do so, if you really want to get fit and strong.
You have to prioritize it, don't you? Because it's like prioritizing that thing today with or another thing.
I think it's a bit like what we always say. It's discipline. It's like changing your little habits every day. The daily habits that change your life.
They do change your life, though, don't you?
They do.
They're just daily things. You just do it day one and you think that's not going to do anything.
No.
But then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again until you actually feel quite good. Because I remember when I first started, when you bought the treadmill, in the end I bought the treadmill as well, of course. and at first I didn't really like it. But now, I'm not saying I actually got to start doing it again. Every time it's the same story. But now, thankfully, I'm swimming.
Yeah, but
Which
it
is
doesn't.
swimming
But
is
what
good.
I want
Yeah.
to say, I wanted to chime in here and say, it doesn't matter if you stop doing it for a bit and then you go back to it. The important thing is you're doing it and that you've got it in your mind to do it.
Yes.
Because otherwise you haven't, and it's not part of your life. You might say, okay, I haven't done it for a few weeks or a couple of months, but who cares in the end? You know, the world's
Yeah.
not going to end.
No.
But as long as you go back to it, you go
yeah.
back.
You go back, yeah, definitely.
It's part of your lifestyle. It becomes part of your lifestyle, and you actually start missing it when you're not doing it as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you remove the guilt around it and just think, oh, I'm actually missing that.
Yeah, because I mean, when I used to do it every day, it had become like a moment for me, because I would put my
it's a
my
special
earpods
moment.
on and just go, and I didn't kill myself or anything. I just
No,
had it.
just pleasant
It was
walk.
just a walk. Yeah,
Yeah,
It was-
you have to do. Obviously, you have to
wasn't-
do what you're capable of. There's
Yeah.
no point overexerting yourself either, because that's dangerous.
No, I had it like on 5.5
Yeah.
or something, 5.7, just walking. 30, 40 minutes, especially if we chat when we're walking. Sometimes
That's
when
really
we chat,
easy when
yeah.
we chat.
Yeah, from one house.
The other day I
the
was chatting with my daughter who's in London. I was saying, haven't you got anything juicy to tell me? And she said, no. And I was like, it's taking so long today because we were both tired.
You were both walking.
Yeah, and I wanted some
To keep your mind distracted.
yeah, something interesting that happened. She said, nothing's happened, Mum, today. And I go, all right then. I mean, in the end, we started talking about a film or a program or something.
Yeah,
But
there's
it
always
keeps
something
you,
keeps
it keeps you busy.
It keeps you busy. There really
Otherwise,
is
you're
no
listening
excuse.
to music.
There is no excuse nowadays. It's only our mental mindset. Once we get rid of this kind of mind virus that, oh, we're getting old and it's normal to get weak when you get old, and it's normal
To have pain.
to have pain when you get old. Is it really that normal?
No,
I
it's
mean,
not that
you don't
normal.
have to have. I mean, we can't speak for an 80-year-old yet.
No.
Hopefully we will one day, but at the moment we don't know what 80-year-olds feel like, what it feels like to be in a body of an 80-year-old.
Yeah, but I can remember when I was 30 and when I wasn't very fit, how I used to have so many aches and pains.
You
My
did used to have a
shoulder
lot
would
of backache.
My backache would kill me.
Yeah, you would always.
And I was every time I sat down, oh, my back hurts.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. You
And
were only
then
30.
I went to get some checkup and they said I had scoliosis or something. But
Yeah, the
apparently
normal thing.
everyone gets
Everyone,
that.
yeah.
And it was just because I had to strengthen my back and my abs and my whole body, really.
So true.
I remember when I first went to the gym, like I said, I want to feel, I can't remember what part of my body, I would tone my abs or something.
Yeah.
And the instructor just laughed at me and he said, it's not how it works. You tone your whole body.
Yeah.
You don't just tone one area of your body, and it's the whole self.
Of course.
And I think when you tone your body, your mind gets toned as well.
It does.
And it did.
Because there is no separating it.
No.
There is no. It's been proven, and exercise is good for mental health.
Yeah.
So
Your physiology, how you walk, how you stand, how much activity you do throughout the day affects all the hormones in your body.
every
Or
single thing.
your sleep improves. Everything improves when you do physical.
Plus your self-esteem improves, because you think, okay, I'm going to put it on for like 10 minutes today. I'm going to have that 10-minute walk. I think, we can all do that, unless obviously we can't, and then you need rest. But if you can walk for 10 minutes, then you can maybe think the next day, maybe 12 minutes and 15 minutes. 15 minutes, that's okay. Everyone can do 15 minutes. When I started swimming, I was disappointed because I only did like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I thought, don't be mean on yourself. That 6 minutes non-stop swimming, that was a big deal for me. Now I can do a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not that great, but I've got to like 10 minutes.
You feel fitter, don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel
I think
good. I'm
that's-
happy that I'm
yes,
doing it.
That's the whole point of things, just to take it easy and just get fitter and fitter day by day, really.
Just try
and
and-
notice
Yeah.
how everything improves.
And every step counts, So instead of accumulating that little thing there, no, go and do it. Go and walk. Take it. Get up. go somewhere,
Just also, just
Extra-
if you're just getting up off a chair, if you engage your abs and your buttocks,
Yeah, while
as
you're
you
doing
do
it.
so,
Yeah.
you'll feel, you'll build up muscle in that area.
Yeah, was it you that said that, when you're on the floor, you're supposed to be able to get up off the floor
Yes,
without touching it?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I remember that now because
That's actually really quite hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that flexible. I've increased my fitness, but I've lost flexibility, so I have to work on flexibility a bit more.
I've increased my flexibility because I've been doing
You've done the opposite.
these flexibility exercises anyway. Yeah, but because I had back pain,
Exactly.
a sciatica back pain, and it's really worked.
Yeah.
I did a YouTube video actually, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can all, be stronger, be fitter, and there's nothing stopping us really.
No, there isn't. It's
And
just ourselves.
Mind and body are connected.
Yes.
And we have to all go for it. So let us know what you're going to be doing to get fitter and fitter.
And healthier and
stronger
healthier.
Day by day. And it does have a chain reaction. As you
It
get
does.
fitter, you'll be surprised how you start drinking more water, you start eating more fruits
You take
and
more
vegetables.
care. Yeah.
You take more care of yourself.
You get happier. You generally get happier. There is
Happier and healthier.
yes,
And
stronger.
with more longevity. So let us know what you think. Message us. Come and support the show. You can now support the show. And what else? Nothing. I think we're going to go and do some
Fitness.
fitness.
Why are you laughing? You're going to say
probably do it
swimming.
later. Yeah, maybe. Okay. See you soon. Lots of love and smiles from the English sisters. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.